You know, it's interesting that at the beginning of the health care debate, Obamacare, which it turned out to be later, and the resolution I had that doctors should have to participate in whatever work product we come out with, which turned out to be Obamacare. And we sort of are, but we sort of aren't, which is interesting. But we've come up with a new idea, which I really like, that we should require members of Congress, to participate in the VA hospital system. Wouldn't that be nice? And then we can stand in line like everybody else until we get it fixed. So it is important that we have equity in health care. But you know, one of the issues that came up very early in the discussion on the Affordable Care Act, so-called Obamacare, was, are we going to protect life? Are we going to protect conscience rights? And we had big battles over that. And we were given certain promises that this administration would, in fact, protect those rights. And as it turns out, they never have. We have something called the Weldon Amendment that was put, which is actually a year-to-year rider that's on appropriations bills. We've had this for a number of years. And its purpose is to prevent the discrimination against health care providers and others who may be forced because of their deeply held beliefs, their conscience, to do things that violates that conscience, their religious beliefs. And that is law. There's no question about it. The problem is that today Health and Human Services refuses to enforce that law. So those promises that were made by the Obama administration, that they would protect life and protect conscience, did not materialize. So in 2011, I introduced a bill that was then called ANDA, the Abortion Non-Discrimination Act, that would give a private right of action. That is to say that if Health and Human Services is not going to step up and protect health care providers and also people who buy insurance policies that may actually cover abortions, elective abortions, if they're not protected from that, then they can go to court and fight over that. And we've been working on this, again, since 2011. So far, we've not been able to get it up for a vote, but we're very hopeful that we can do it this year. We've changed the name to Conscience Protection Act, CPA, and I think that's a more appropriate name for it. But I think that you know, it's high time that we do that, make it permanent law, that either the government does what it's supposed to do and enforce its own laws, or you can go to courts.